Since July of 2022, we can see the current prestige system in Dead by Daylight. When it was first reworked, the DBD community was happy and relieved that leveling up was easier, and Dead by Daylight has become much more manageable to the point that you can prestige 100 characters 10 times or more as of this video being made. Insanity! Every now and then, I'll play Survivor and come across a P100 killer, but for the most part, I've barely seen a P100 killer, the most notable one being maybe a Prestige 100 Twins player, which I was actually just blown away by. It was funny. But when I play Survivor, you can also see I would normally see an average of 2 Prestige 100 survivors every single match on average, which again, kind of just tells me that everyone loves to prestige the survivors more than killers, or because it's 4 times more likely. I don't know. Other times I will be on the unfortunate social media of Twitter, because I refuse to call it X, and see a DBD player showing off the 8 or even 12 Prestige 100 characters they have completed. As I see these P100 characters, I do sometimes wonder back to the fact that at some point in the past, behavior said there will be no Prestige 100 rewards, like Prestige 100 cosmetics for any killer or survivor due to FOMO, or aka fear of missing out, which I think is completely stupid, and they still have yet to implement P100 rewards, which is why I'm making this video. Now I got a little intro out of the way. As you saw in the title of this video, is DBD's current prestige system any good? My straight up answer is no. No. Maybe the same for others as well. As I've again seen tweets on Twitter and videos on YouTube on how it sucks and behavior should add P100 cosmetics for hitting P100 on a character. As of now, you will get prestige rewards for any killer or survivor you prestige from prestige 1 to 9. After that, there is nothing to earn other than bragging rights and the fact that you put the time and effort to get that P100 character, which may be the reward behavior is wanting to give us, but at the same time, it feels very underwhelming and somewhat disappointing. Now, just a little story about me, myself, and I. When I hit Prestige 100 Demogorgon back in March of 2023, I definitely got a shot of accomplishment and satisfaction. But by the next day, I just felt motivationless. If that's even a word, because it sounds way too ridiculous to be real. But if it's real, then I guess I'm just bad at saying it. So basically, I had no motivation or had no idea what to do for the next while I played Dead by Daylight, because for one, it took me 3 months of playing Dead by Daylight for 3 to 6 hours a day to achieve my P100 Demogorgon to feel a shot of accomplishment in Dead by Daylight. That's probably just me, but others probably didn't feel the same as I felt. They were happy with what they did much longer than I did. But as of today, I'm still happy I got my Demo Dog to P100, though I wish there was a P100 cosmetic or something other than feeling accomplished and earning bragging rights for that achievement. Though I do also understand why there is not a P100 for a licensed character, which I'll talk about more in a minute. But like I said, I could have probably tried to go for another P100, but it took me about a quarter of a year to actually achieve it, so I was like, I don't want to do it again. But after a while, I did manage to get back onto wanting to grind to get another P100 killer, which was Ghostface about 2-3 months later. But when I got to Prestige 69, I basically stopped everything, and by that time, the Xenomorph was out, so now I'm working on them. But anyway, let's just get right off out of that story and go on to the next topic for this video. So before I continue off any more on my point, I just want to talk about relating to the subject. I want to mention what the rewards you can currently get for prestiging characters in Dead by Daylight. As of now, like I said a minute ago, you will only get rewards up until Prestige 9. So at Prestiges 1 through 3, you unlock the teachable perks for the killer or survivor that you happen to prestige to those levels. Prestige 1, you get tier 1 of the perks. Prestige 2, you get tier 2 of the perks. And Prestige 3, you get tier 3 of the teachable perks. On top of that, you are also unlocking the perks for every other killer or every other survivor. The perks on the killer side stay on that side, and same for the survivors. At Prestiges 4 through 6, you'll unlock the Bloody Stain cosmetics for that killer and or survivor. At Prestige 4, you will get the torso of the survivor and the weapon of the killer. Prestige 5 gives you the legs of the survivor and the body of the killer, and Prestige 6 gives you the head of the survivor and the head / mask of the killer. And for any of you guys just wondering why I'm telling you guys this, it's kind of to let you guys know just in case, and to sort of make a point on how average these rewards kind of seem at this point. And anyway, let's get on to Prestiges 7 through 9, the most unpopular rewards in my opinion, and maybe for everyone else once you hear what they are. So at Prestiges 7 through 9, you will basically unlock the charms of the teachable perks that the killer or survivor possesses, with Prestige 7 being the first perk, Prestige 8 being the second perk, and Prestige 9 being the third perk. After telling you what the rewards are, I'd say that they range from whatever at worst to good at best. The perk charms being whatever, and the unlockable teachables and bloodstain cosmetics being good at best. The fact that you get really no reward after Prestige 9 kinda sucks. Before you make any assumptions or anything, I do realize that giving every single killer and survivor in Dead by Daylight a reward for every single prestige is outright insanity and too much work. For the devs, of course. Which is correct when there are 35 killers and 41 survivors, adding up to 76 characters total. That's absolutely insane when you think about the fact that combining that results in over 7,600 prestige levels and 7,600 individual rewards. If they would take that route of giving every single killer and survivor a unique reward for each of their own individual prestige levels. I mean, it would be nice and could attract new players or bring back players to achieve those rewards. Maybe even motivate current players to play even more to earn those rewards. It's super unrealistic, I know. So I thought of a few other ways behavior could implement prestige rewards that could be much more easy and manageable. But the one that has been asked already by several people as far as I could find, and it's kind of too close to be considered FOMO to the devs. Though I unfortunately have to argue and be a little mean and say that is a BS answer. FOMO is a thing that is in every game and honestly needs to just stop. They, as far as I know, have done FOMO and still actually kind of do. Like, for example, Attack on Titan's collab, the current Iron Maiden collab, and soon to be Slipknot collab. And as far as I know, even the Blood Moon event. Though, I don't know if it would be considered FOMO, as all you have to really do is wait another year just to get those cosmetics back, like they do with the Halloween and the Christmas cosmetics. Because let's be honest here, are the Christmas cosmetics really that important to the point that you want to be dressed up for Christmas in the middle of summer, or Halloween, or Valentine's Day? Because I don't think people would really want to use those cosmetics other than during the Christmas months. Other than maybe Krampus, who I think should be their own killer, but I'll talk about that in another video. So adding a P100 cosmetic for players getting a favorite killer and or survivor for all that hard work isn't going to hurt that much, especially when, as long as the devs themselves don't plan on taking these cosmetics away, as long as the game also stays alive, it isn't really FOMO, so I don't know what the heck they're talking about. As you can get them whenever you want to, whether it's today, tomorrow, years from now, or whatever, as long as the game exists, it's not really FOMO. Another thing I'd like to add is the fact that not everyone is still going to want to grind out every single Prestige 100 cosmetic, as again, 76 characters, 7,600 prestiges, and 380,000 levels to grind. And those levels mean 1 through 50, and then you can prestige. Doing that, and you gotta level up 380,000 times. So that's crazy. And every 3 months, it's only gonna get bigger. The small issue is dealing with the 29 licensed killers and survivors they have, which makes up 38% of the character roster in Dead by Daylight. That will be the main issue with the P100 cosmetic idea. But I do believe it's easy to do the original characters at least, but even maybe some of the licensed killers could be pretty easy. Other than that, let's just move on to my second idea, which feels more realistic but also kind of a bit much. P.S. Before I go on to the second idea, some difficult P100 licensed killers could be like Freddy and Myers, as they have literally never got any cosmetics in their life. I mean, Myers did get a nurse like hospital gown and maybe like a little pipe to use or whatever, but I'm not counting that because it's probably been like 5-6 years since that was released. So I'm not really gonna count that because it's been again 4 to 5 years since that has been released. So technically, Myers got nothing. Okay, let's move on. Maybe if they don't want to do any P100 skins for killers or survivors, how about giving us a small reward for each prestige level achieved? So my idea is like, let's just say you hit P25, aka prestige 25. Then you will earn 25,000 blood points and maybe even 250 Eerie shards. So every quarter you can earn Eerie shards. So P25 gets you 250, P50 gives you 500, P75 gives you 750, and prestige 100 gives you 1,000. Though I would like to think that hitting P100 could be like a bonus, since again, P100 on any character is a big achievement because you basically completed the prestige system for that character. So maybe like 5,000 Eerie shards will be the more realistic answer, because I would definitely say 10,000 because, you know, P100, big achievement. So it needs a big reward. But everyone can agree that behavior isn't going to be willing to do no 10,000 iridescent shards, let alone maybe even the 5,000 Eerie shards. So at best, we'll probably only get 1,000 iridescent shards for hitting P100. But I would like to think that maybe they would be nice and give us 5,000 or 10,000. Now for the blood points. For every prestige you get for blood points, so let's say P15, you get 15,000 blood points. Or prestige 75, you get 75,000 blood points. Whatever level you get, just add 3 zeros and bam! That's how much you get in blood points. Though again, P100 will be realistically 100,000 blood points. Though I really wish for P100 again to be like a bonus, so like 500,000 or even 1,000,000. But again, that is overboard. But I really would like to think it's such a good reward for grinding your character that high. The third more simple option is just to do the rewards every 10 or 25 prestiges with the same amount of blood points from my second idea. Same for Eerie shards, though if every 10 levels, just add 2 zeros, then bam! Eerie shard award. So in conclusion, do I think the prestige system is good? It's good enough, but it could be better. It definitely was great when it was first released 1 year and 9 months ago, but I do think it definitely needs another change. A more rewarding change. One that will benefit both players and the devs. The players getting something to play for and get rewarded for it, and the devs keeping players on their game longer, and in return, more moolah, more mounier. As Mr. Krabs said, I think at one point. As the devs like to focus on the game nowadays is the Mounier aspect. So that's basically all I got for this video. So what do you guys think? You think my idea is valid or wacko? Let me know in the comments, because I'm very interested to know if I'm even remotely in the right or straight up wrong. Because as far as I've seen and know, the prestige system definitely needs a little upgrade. This has been Dibble Jackson, and I'll see you in the next one.